And now we're at step 2. Fill the burette with the 0.100 molar sodium hydroxide solution to somewhere between 0.00 and 10.00 mils. So we'll take it down again. And we're going to fill it to somewhere between 0 and 10. So double check that it's closed. We don't want to pour sodium hydroxide everywhere. And just fill your burette. Put it back onto our ring stand. Alright, so now we're at step 3. Draw a small amount of the sodium hydroxide through the stopcock, releasing the bubbles in the tip, and then tap the tip with your fingernail if needed to release any bubbles. I don't know if you can really see, but there's an air bubble right through here, and then there's some liquid at the tip. But we'll just want to run liquid through, and see now there's an air bubble here, so we'll let it go through again. And now it looks like the tip is filled with the sodium hydroxide. And so if the air bubbles weren't dislodged, you can just tap it. So now we're at step 4. Place a little more than 30 mils of acid into a 50.0 mil beaker. Use a pipette to place approximately 10 mils of the acid into the Erlenmeyer flask, and then record the exact volume of the acid that you use. So I'll grab a 50 ml beaker. So here's my 50 ml beaker, and I'll go grab the first acid, which is hydrochloric acid, but we don't know the concentration. And so we'll pour out approximately 30, so about to the 30 line. So approximately 30. Then I'll return this to the instructor bench. Then we need to grab a pipette and a pipette pump. And then we'll need to get an Erlenmeyer flask so that we have something to put our acid into. Alright, so I'm grabbing my 125 ml Erlenmeyer flask, and then we'll also want to write on this hydrochloric acid so that we know what this mysterious clear liquid is. So I just wrote HCl. Alright, so now we'll use a pipette to draw up 10.00 mils of the acid. So these can be kind of a little confusing. So this would be 0, but then there's negative numbers, but you just want to go to 0 to get 10 mils because this is a 10 mil pipette. So now we'll just draw up 10 mils. And if it doesn't hold the liquid, try to tighten this one's not holding. So I'm gonna grab a different burette pump. Alright, so this one's holding the liquid, so we'll draw it up to the 10, or to the 0, and then I will give you a close-up view so that you can record how much I have in the pipette. So it's not quite 0.00. Alright, so now I'll put that into my Erlenmeyer flask. So now you'll want to record the exact volume of the acid that we used. So now we're at step 5. Add 1 drop of the indicator into your Erlenmeyer flask. So the indicator we're using is phenolphthalein. So we'll just add 1 drop. And it remains clear. Then add approximately 50 mils, you don't need to measure this exactly, of DI water into the Erlenmeyer flask so that the solution stirs well. So we have 10 in there, so we'll just want to go a little bit above the 50 mark. And so I just used the deionized water, and we'll swirl it, and see it's a little bit above the 50 mark. And then it says, note the reading on the burette before you begin the titration. Alright, so you'll want to record the starting volume of our sodium hydroxide in the burette. So now we're at step 6. Begin your titration by drawing 3 to 4 mils of the sodium hydroxide from the burette. You may notice that a pink color forms in the acid, but quickly disappears upon stirring. So it's good to do this over a white piece of paper so that you can really notice when the color changes. So this is the hydrochloric acid with water, DI water. So we'll put our burette tip in there, and I'm going to dispense 3 to 4, well, I'll do 4. Alright, and so then you can see it's kind of pink, but when you mix it, it's clear again. So now we're at step 7. Add the base approximately 1 ml at a time, stirring between additions. When the color remains longer, slow down the addition of base to a drop by drop speed, swirling after the addition of each drop. So I'll do another ml and then swirl it, and then another ml and then swirl it, another ml, and swirl it, another ml, and then swirl it, another ml, and then swirl it, another ml, and swirl it. So now we notice that it's starting to kind of linger a bit longer. So now we'll just do it drop by drop. And what I like to do, see if you can see, is I just do it like that. So I just open it long enough to close it again, basically. But you can do it slowly and just release individual drops too. So you do that. And just continue stirring it until you notice that the pink is not going away.